lives are defined by how we spend our time. And how we spend our time is defined by whether we choose to branch out and try new things or simply stick to what we know. Our classmate Maya Pulford is an example of someone who has branched out to many different undertakings. I interviewed Maya just last weekend, and during the time I spent talking to her, I realized I was speaking to a person who has probably pursued more unique interests and hobbies in 18 years than some people do in their entire lifetimes. She's an active, creative, and smart person, and expresses this in her many active, creative, and intellectual pursuits. Maya has been living an active life since she was very young, starting with ballet when she was about 4, and gymnastics a little later. She began horseback riding and got into figure skating for about 5 years. With figure skating, she would actually get up at 4:30 a.m. multiple times a week to practice before school started, so it was pretty intense. She got into aerial arts, which if you don't know what that is when you're hanging in silk or fabric from the ceiling and performing aerial acrobatics. She did cross country in high school, as well as Krav Maga, which is a form of Israeli martial arts. And if all that wasn't enough, she did archery. Here at Cal Poly, she's in the ballroom dancing club, where she actually competed last weekend, and she got first in her category. So good job. While she's been involved in all of these more athletic activities, she also has more creative and intellectual interests. She loves baking and has been doing it her whole life, on her own with her mom. And although she can't do her more experimental baking projects living here on campus, she has been able to do some baking, as she has already made lemon bars for her roommate several times. Jewelry making is another one of Maya's creative activities, and it's how she makes many of her gifts for Mother's Day and Christmas. She made her mom 6 pairs of earrings and 4 bracelets last Christmas, and for Mother's Day, 1 necklace, 3 bracelets, and 4 pairs of earrings. Lastly, Maya loves reading, is actually a speed reader. She can breeze through an absurd amount of books in a very short span of time. Of all the different activities and hobbies Maya has had throughout her life, there have been ones she has continued and ones she has dropped. But the important thing is her trying new things and branching out. And I'm sure she's far from done trying out new pursuits. The many ways that Maya has spent her time make her an incredibly interesting and well-rounded person, with whom I had the great pleasure of interviewing.